Hi, Tracy Hess from Zoned2Btoned. I have to say, today I'm here at Greg Long's gym in Feasterville, PA. And as you witness, you're going to see a lot of footage. What an amazing session here with Greg, his brother Dennis, and a newcomer to the scene named Lenny. I had an incredible experience. I trained with Greg years ago, and I'm going to try not to cry because he really helped me in my competitive days in bodybuilding. Greg, it is a total honor to be able to sit here with you today and to do this exclusive interview because it's been years and a lot of people know who you are and know that you're still here, but they want to know what's going on, what you've been up to. But the first thing I want to start off with, because I don't think anybody ever knows this about Greg, is Greg, what age, how old were you when you first picked up your first dumbbell and why?
10. Yeah, I was 10 years old, and we saw a movie, Hercules Unchained, in the Merman movies,
Okay.
and that really changed our lives, actually. That movie did it.
Okay. Well, this is the next question, of course, I want to ask you is, after you've done that, we all know you've competed for a long time. How many years have you competed for?
About 40.
That's a long time, Greg. That's
Yeah.
like half my age.
Yeah, 40 years. We started when we were around 15.
Wow.
And I remember going in, my first show was to Mr. Philly.
Mr.
And
Philly,
that was an eye-opener. You know, had no clue what was happening. Went in there with hair on me, and I had a tan on my hands.
What inspired you? Like a lot of people that come onto the scene now, what was your inspiration? Why did you want to bodybuild?
Well, we saw this guy, Steve Reeves, and we just thought he was just the most beautiful thing that ever walked out on stage. It was a body. And it just caught our eye because it was just so different and unique, and we thought it was, yeah, we want that. Why can't we have that? We thought we were going to have it in 6 months.
They all walk on like that. Well, let's share with some of the viewers of some of the titles that you've held, and let's go for the big ones.
Oh,
some of
boy.
the big titles that you have that we all know.
Well, let's see. I had the USA, the North America, the Eastern United States, the Mr. International, the Mr. Universe, the class winner in the Mr. World. Those are probably on the IFBB North America. I did go in the IFBB in 2000. In fact, I was 51 years old and I was in the Masters, and I won that in 2000.
Now that you're on that age, because I didn't want to go there, but of course we all want to know how old is Greg Long these days?
Well, I'm 63.
Wow. And you saw what you will see some footage of what he still does at 63. I mean, his brother Dennis, they've been hanging out here for a long time. And amazing. I'm exhausted from the training session, but I said I got to get this interview. Wow. Greg, when did you decide, because you call this is your home. And Greg Long, when you come as a member and join his gym, you're actually a part of his home. How long has this home been an establishment?
Well, actually, December 1st is our 34th year in business, this past December 1st. So we've been around. Yep.
That's a long time. And we know from Greg Long's, there's a lot of champions come out of this gym. Do you want to talk about who the champions are?
Oh my God, we did have Tracy right here. Here she is. Tracy's one of them, man. You know, and there's a lot. You know, David Carradine.
Don't forget about your wife.
It's amazing.
Greta,
Dennis.
Dennis.
Charlie Tremarco. You know, I can't eat. There's.
It
Guys,
goes on.
it just goes on. You know, I'm trying to think of the guys. I see their faces, and they're all coming together now. All of a sudden, they're just piling out in my head, and I'm going, oh yeah, that guy. That's who. You know, but they all won whatever they wanted. They've got it. You know, we got them to win it. You know, either they wanted to go to a certain level, win the Philly, win the Mr. Lehigh Valley. to move on into the nationals like David did. You know, we have a couple new guys now, Monty, John Fitzpatrick. These guys are big hitters, you know, and they're moving along. So there's always new blood here. There's always new blood moving in, and yeah, we have probably 4 or 5 Mr. and Miss Americas that competed in the Americas. So that's pretty cool. And at a time in here, we'll have 3 real good, by other than Lenny, but real champions come in here and hang out. That's a lot these days. To have one in a gym of maybe 10,000 members. And if you found one guy or one girl that really was involved with training, that is a lot. Here, you're going to see 3 at least. And 20 years ago, there was 10. And you were one of, yes, and that. So it's changed a little bit.
We see your wall of fame, so you'll see some footage from the wall of fame of all the ones that come in and out of Greg Long's gym. Greg, what keeps inspiring you to stay so healthy and fit?
That's challenging. That's I just said that to somebody. You know what? I want to see what can a 63-year-old body do. What is its limitations, and where can it go? And since I'm there, I have no choice, and there's no other route to take. I'll take that route and let me see what a body what can it do? Can it make more lean mass? And how do you go about making it? Is there a different angle to it, which we're finding out? Yes, there is a different angle there. But the way we train, like you just experienced, that covers it all. Yeah, it covers the young and it covers the old. Let's put it that way. And I'm saying young for you. And, but it's really learning. We're always learning something all the time. We're always bringing somebody with new blood like yourself and go, wow, I know Tracy can handle this. Let's just see where we stand with it. And when we can got your barometer. You come in and you go, hey, it works. It's doing for her. Another guy will come in who has been training for a long time. Ooh, wow, it works for him too. So it can't be bad for us.
No,
it's got to be good for us.
It's proven.
Yeah.
It's universal.
So that's the egging that we get. That's what makes us go,
okay.
Let's not miss it today.
Here's the most important question, because we know you eat very clean. You eat so clean. What is, Greg, what's a junk meal for you? What excites you?
Apple pie.
Apple
and
pie.
A whole one.
Do you put the whipped cream
Everything.
on top?
Yeah,
so
you gotta have it all. And it's gotta be all the pie. You just don't have a slice. Now, do you like that day?
Now, how often does Greg Long have a cheat day?
It's Christmas and Thanksgiving.
So just the holidays.
Yeah.
He eats very clean pretty much all year long. I used to work at an Acme, and I used to see him purchase the same types of food, so he really does practice what he preaches. Greg, what's in the future for you?
Ooh, well, I was just talking to Mike and my brother. We talked, and you know what? We're really thinking about making a move and going in and doing something with this physique, seeing where it's going, and bring it about, because I think it'll educate people to say, if you think you can't make it at 30, yes you can, because here's a guy doing it at 60. If you think you're going to give up at 40, don't think that way. You can still make lean mass. Here's a guy that's doing it at 60. And if I can bring that out into the world and place in one of these shows, a good show, I mean a national show, I would go to nationals because I qualify for it. And I think I really can do something really there. And I think it'll open up the doors for a lot of people that are misguided. We got to educate. Our society has to be really educated now. They're full of missing types of information. They're blinded by programs, and they're just they're misconceived, and they're being taught that, and they're using old style programs, and they're not even copying them right. They're taking programs from back in the '60s, and there was nothing wrong with them. We took them same programs and hybrided them and make them, really worked on them hard to make them better, but there's still 60 programs. These guys are taking them and twisted them and turned them, and they're horrible.
Yeah.
They've turned them into badness, you know.
Things have changed throughout the years, and everybody's different, so you should always get a personalized program from an expert like yourself, somebody who knows your body and will be able to get you on the right program, because I think that's what the problem is. Greg, what advice would you give people, whether they're just entering the world of fitness, or do they want to compete? What advice would you give them, how to start? How do they begin a program? Where do they go? How do they?
I would suggest them to really concentrate on being there. The days. Mark the days down that you absolutely are going to say, this day, and this day. If it's 3 days, if it's 4 days, whatever that is, you got to make sure that you have that day open, like you get up in the morning and brush your teeth. You do it. You have to get that down first. That's where you start your work ethic. You don't go into it and start doing it, go find, oh, you know what, I got to go pick up the kids and I got to go run over to them. I have to do, that's not going to fit. You have to arrange it so that you said, you're saying to yourself, hey, look, I made this time for myself. Now I got to be there like, you don't want to say like a job, but then unfortunately that's what it's going to be like until you actually see the happiness coming from it, how much better you feel because I gave up my time. And that's well worth the hour or 45 minutes or whatever the amount of time it takes you to do your program. But you're getting gratification from it. That's going to make you want to come back and say, I'm coming back and say like I'm supposed to. You know, I'm not saying that you're not going to mess up.
Right.
So that's the big part.
I appreciate the training session that we had today. It brought me back to the days I can't wait to go back to because now I'm pumped.
Good girl. Good.
And I just want to say to everybody, is there a contact info or a website that they can contact you if they want to come to you after seeing what we did today?
Well, there is.
You may want to see Greg.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. There is a universalusa.com. They're a wonderful outfit. You can reach me there. You can go on, look up mentors. Mentors will come up. Look up Greg Long, and you can ask away. There's about 5 of us on that webpage, and they're all professionals, and it's a great website. And me and my brother write some real neat things. All has to do with what we've done today and what we're talking about. It's all this stuff. It's constantly being talked about, and it might sound like the same thing, but we're pressing it, and it's like. It's almost like you got to do that because people won't get it if you don't go over it again, and you got to go over it. But now you're taking a different angle, but you're still mentioning a word, intensity, or if it's spontaneous, or if it's mixing up, or if it's whatever it is. You must keep going over and over, and that's what you're going to read about. And of course, our wonderful programs. We all have them like you just did with us.
Oh my God,
they're
amazing.
all on there.
Amazing.
They're cool. They're really cool.
And if anybody wants to know the location, Greg Long is in Feasterville, and it's off of Bustleton Street Road. What's the correct address here?
85 East Street Road.
And it's right behind, in the Acme Shopping Center. You can't miss it. Phone number 215-364-1168. I just memorized that today. Greg, thank you so much for this interview. And guys, please come check out Greg Long's if you're looking for a pickup or you're just getting started or whatever your issues are, health, whatever. This is the man to come to. He's got a long time experience, and I thank you, Greg.
That's okay, Trace. She's my champion.
Used to be. Tracy has Zoned2Btoned. We'll be back with Dennis and Lenny.